riding out of Dotonbori district, Osaka. I would say it's kind of like the Leicester Square Piccadilly Circus of Osaka, as in very busy, not too bad right now, but in the evening it's not so pleasant. Unfortunately, good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. Back in Osaka, end of the trip, road trip's over, but I don't really do tourism, so I'm going out on the bike and riding to Kyoto, which is about 50 kilometers north, and fortunately most of those 50 kilometers can be done along the river. Going to be a bit traffic lighty for a while. Oh, I should just do what that lady did. When in doubt, follow the locals. I hear in Tokyo they're a lot stricter, but cyclists here sort of seem to do what they want, which I'm always in favour of. Yeah, I know. It's a green wave. That means you've got to go fast to stay with it. Because once one changes, they all change. I don't know how much the camera can pick up, but I can see green lights for about a kilometre. Onto the pavement. Stop at the red light. Riding on the pavements again. Heading for the river. I think it's a few kilometres to get there. But once I get to the river, I can ride pretty much the whole way north on the river, which is excellent news. Yeah, that lovely hostel I was staying in at the beginning, the 5-star hostel called the Stay Osaka, if anyone's coming. I foolishly forgot to book it up for the end of the trip. I didn't quite know when I would be back, but I could have at least booked the last couple of nights. Anyway, I didn't, and all the great perks of the Stay Osaka have gone, and they included free tea and coffee and a kitchen, social area, and the best of all, the holy grail, they let me bring my bike up to the room. Woo. Matching outfits. Ooh, this looks a little tricky to ride. A bit too narrow, so walk the last bit. But I got a place to push up the bike at least. The river. Still heading due north. Down to the Yodagawa River and north to Kyoto. Nice to get off those busy roads and onto the river, a bit more peaceful now. It does seem that, rather like Wales, no matter what direction I ride in, it's always into a headwind. Well, this is how you stop the motorbikes getting in, I guess. But you can't actually ride through it. Well, maybe you could. Yeah, if your pedals were... Yeah, actually, could just ride through it. That was tight. So I'll try it on the next one. Yeah, that's way too tricky. One little touch and you'll be down onto that hard spike. So, yeah. So we're going to have to stop at each gate. conditions are blue skies. Summer heat may have gone and broken, but it's not cool out. It's 9:30. It's about, I'd say, 28, 29 degrees. It's windy, which is a bit of a pain when it comes to filming. But it's not humid, and that lack of humidity makes all the difference. So, you know, it's warm, but it's not crazy hot. As the day goes on, that may change. So Kyoto, the ex-capital of Japan, until fairly recently actually, I think end of the 19th century, I'll check on that, until Tokyo took over. So it was the imperial city, the imperial base, and thus there's a lot to see tourist-wise, I think. The things I want to go and see, bamboo forest, supposed to be fantastic, the Geion, the geisha district, and we'll go and see maybe a temple, maybe a shrine. And I did, in an earlier video about when I mentioned the Ohenro, the pilgrimage in Shikoku, I did say shrines or temples, not knowing the difference. It seems that shrines are connected to Shinto religion and the temples are Buddhist. The Buddhism being Zen, what we call Zen, comes from the Chinese Chan Buddhism, brought over from China by Kukai. So he's very much revered here. And we may go and see a temple of Kannon, and Kannon is the Japanese name for Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion. The new place I'm staying is a capsule hotel, which I did want to see, and it's cool, it's fine. The sleeping area is great, but it's not as nice as the hostel I was in, and not such a nice area, but it is what it is. However, it's more of a pain with the bike. I've got to sort of slightly take it all apart and put it in a bag. But I think I found a way that I can smuggle it up into the luggage area, because they don't want me to put it there. Getting away from the neighbours for some trumpet practice. Probably very sensible. Getting near to Kyoto now. It's almost been entirely along the river though, which is great. No traffic lights. We're in Geion and we've got geisha. There was a geisha in the 7-Eleven in a beautiful red, I'm going to say the word kimono, but we'll come back to that. But I was charging my camera at the time, very unprofessional. There's a lot of ladies dressed up in very pretty kimonos. I don't think they're all geishas. That one was way too young. But I've seen a couple that probably were. Not that I really know a great deal about geisha. Anyway, this is a very pretty street. Incredible pagoda, Buddhist pagoda. Stop and get a photo, I think. Arigato. Okay, that was all becoming a bit Japanese Disneyland. Way too touristy for me. Nice to see the ladies in their kimono. I've decided not to go and see the bamboo forest because apparently it's A, not that big, B, it's quite far away, and C, it's very hot. I was warned that Kyoto was hotter than Osaka, and it is kind of hot here. Not last week hot, but middle of the day. I've been cycling quite a bit and I'm a little bit sick, so I think I'm going to head for the shrine with the many tori, and you'll see what I mean about that when we get there. And that might be me done. Well, this may be as far as I get to see of the Fushimi Inari Shinto shrine. There's too many people for me. But we get a sense of it. What we're not seeing is the multiple gates, but I'll see if I can get a photo of those and put them up. Anyway, tourist heaven. Whistle-stop tour of Kyoto. But it was nice to see it. I didn't see so much of it, but it was nice just to come in and have a look around because it wasn't quite on my itinerary. I knew it would be super touristy. It was super touristy. But it was cool to see some things. Lovely ride up the river on the bike, and now 50k back along the river into Osaka. Head back into town, get a shower, take the bike apart again. I mean, I don't have to take it fully apart, but I have to do quite a bit to get it in the bag, and I nearly messed it up royally this morning. I won't go into details, but rookie errors were made. All that's left, I've got another day or so here. I might go and visit Nara. But this will probably be my last video. I've got a couple more meals out. Definitely going to go for some good quality sushi. But tonight I'm going to go and eat buckwheat noodles. These train tracks. Soba, which I've had some sort of dry ones, but I haven't had real soba. I'm not sure they'll be my favourite, but I want to go to this place because it's got real fresh wasabi, and I've never tried real fresh wasabi, and I suspect nor have many of you. I think most people probably realise by now, don't they? I kind of learned probably from YouTube or Facebook a few years back that what we think of as wasabi, that green paste in a tube, is not wasabi. It's horseradish or mustard coloured, very sharp, very intense, very pungent. And real wasabi is not like that. It's apparently much more delicate and much sort of deeper depth of taste. So I've wanted to try it for some time. I have been to a couple of sushi places, sort of mid-range ones, and they both had the fake wasabi. So even here in Japan, you can get fake wasabi. Real wasabi comes as like a little bit of root that you grate on like a ginger grater onto your food. Anyway, I learned from the wonders of Google that, although not hugely expensive, the soba noodle chain, can't remember the name of it, but I've got it saved somewhere, does serve their dishes with fresh wasabi. So I'm going to go there tonight and try that, and maybe I will fall in love with soba. Who knows? I certainly love the other Japanese noodles. Coming to the end of the river ride, heading back into Osaka now. It clouded over, which was nice, so it's a lot less hot than it was. Although still, I'd say it was back to last week's levels. So it was good to just see that again. And that's the end of the video. I don't think I'll be making any more here in the next day or two. So in conclusion, Japan, fantastic. Absolutely loved it. It was everything I hoped it would be. I'll be back, I suspect, next time touring Kyushu Island. That'll be my next goal, I think. But when that'll happen, I don't know. Loved just about everything. Didn't like the traffic lights. Didn't like some of the tunnels. And man, Japan is being misrepresented on Facebook and TikTok because there are very few cats. As ever, if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, tell your friends. I got to 500 subscribers, woohoo! Well, considering I think I had 12 when I relaunched the channel a year or so ago in Bali, I'll take that. Here's to 1,000. Okay, see you all soon on today's ride.